How's it going, YouTube? It's Weston's Toys and Collectibles, and today we're going to be taking a look at the all-new Transformers Kingdom War for Cybertron Trilogy Voyager Class Tigatron. Just happened to pick this guy up, and oh man, I was very pleased to see this guy in stores in my area already. Fantastic. Been waiting for Tigatron to come out for a little while now, since he was released, or since he was revealed, I should say. And he just looks the part here in this mode. I do wish that this yellowing would have been used on more of the Tiger, but as it is, this thing is awesome. Now, if you guys notice, the quality of this video is going to be a lot better. That's because I upgraded my phone from the Galaxy Note 9 up to the S21 Ultra. So a lot of the video quality will be better from here on out. And just look at that beautiful, beautiful Tiger. I'm going to come down a little bit. And we'll take a look at the box. So here is this really nice artwork of Tigatron's Tiger mode, as well as in his robot mode here on this side. Very nice artwork. Just fantastic. And coming around to the back, you can see just the pictures of the toy in Tiger mode and robot mode, and then like the skeleton fossil of the Tiger in the background there. That's pretty cool. And then, of course, the same Kingdom War for Cybertron trilogy artwork we've gotten in all of the Kingdom boxes. Though on this box, it actually seems to be a lot more saturated. If you'll take a look at that, it's a lot more saturated on this box than it is on some of the other boxes I've looked at. So yeah. And actually, I think just all the colors in general on this seem to be more saturated. In the box, of course, we do get the figure's instructions. He does transform in 23 steps, and it's very similar, not quite identical, but very similar to the deluxe Cheetor figure. Just due to how bulky a Tiger is compared to a Cheetah, they were able to put a little bit more into the transformation, as well as at the Voyager size, they were actually able to put a little more into it as well. It comes with a card. This is the Black Arachnia card that peels away and you have Dark Arachnia. I did not have this one yet, so I wanted to show this one in the video. Now moving on to the actual Tiger himself, here he is compared to a deluxe Bumblebee from the Studio Series line. So he's fairly large, you know, in his beast mode. And he just looks really well detailed all around. I do have a complaint about the paint on this tail. Looks kind of bad, and it's like seems to be offset to the side. It's just blurry, and it looks really, really bad in a lot of places. You can see right here. There's like here. There's some scraping already. And this is right out of the box. I literally just opened this thing. You can see here on this toward the tip. So definitely does not look good on the tail. I wish they had made like a way to have an articulated tail, just a few like ball joints or something. But as it is, it just kind of lays down like that, just like on Cheetor's. Except for Cheetor's had like a bit of a better weapon mode, so it had like this little axe blade thing. Just my opinion. And then he also comes with his gut gun, which we did not get with Cheetor, unfortunately. I wish they would have incorporated this into the beast mode in some way, shape, or form. As it is, the only way to attach it is to one of these down here, and it just looks kind of dumb. If they would have incorporated it in a way to like tuck it in here, or even between the legs back there. There's a little bit of space in here, but it's not enough for the gut gun itself. So kind of unfortunate. I feel like they could have worked something out, but as it is, I mean, it is just how it is. So there he is in his tiger mode, and he has articulation in this mode. He has the leg joints here, so you know, the tiger hip would be the knee joint for the robot mode, and they can kick back pretty far. Basically, you'll get the full range that you get on the robot mode knee, and then, you know, forward as well. The tiger's knee, get 90 degrees back, and then of course it goes all the way forward for transformation. And then the ankle has two joints. There is a pinned hinge and then a ball jointed joint at the foot, so you can get it forward like this. And then of course there's a rotation up and down, basically any kind of articulation you would need for that foot. The front legs are exactly the same as like on Cheetor, except for at the ankle. So there's a swivel here and then a ball joint on that swivel. So there's the assembly here. So it's a ball joint on a swivel, so you can use the swivel to get front and back movement, and that will go all full 360. You know, your ball joint can get you out and then back and forth. So if you kind of went like a, I don't know, that doesn't look very good. He's like, buff. Anyway, you can get them kind of moving in whatever direction you want the legs to move. I feel like this should sit back a little bit further. I feel like it's too far forward on the animal. I'm not an expert, but I feel like this joint should be back here, not all the way up here, because it's like, it seems like the shoulder is coming out of the neck, or like, you know, instead of coming out where the shoulder should come out. It could just be me, but it feels like it's too far forward, and especially like looking at it from this angle, it just looks, it looks like the shoulders on the front are too far forward, based on, you know, my knowledge of what tigers look like. I watched a lot of Tiger King last year, so yeah. And then the elbow can bend forward and back, and then you have the ankle hinge here as well, and then a ball joint at the foot. And on this side, there's a pretty nasty stress mark right there. See it on that pin. There isn't one on this side that I can see, and then the back legs look to be fine. But yeah, this just has a stress mark there. That's the only stress mark I've seen so far on this figure. I've only transformed it twice, so we're going to go ahead and get into that transformation. And to start off with, we're going to go ahead and pull the tail off. That's kind of the first place you want to start, and then we'll transform the legs first. So what you're going to do is you're going to kind of pull the legs straight, like so, and you're going to take your thumb and kind of push down on the toe, and then bring this forward, and you'll bring the foot all the way out. There's a tab here on the back that actually plugs into this panel, so when you go back into tiger mode, you do want to, it feels like it'll stop here, but you can actually push it a little bit more and it locks it in place, and it locks this panel in place also, because if you're just like this panel can get knocked out of, you know, place. But when you lock it in, that panel's not going to go anywhere. So bring the foot out and bring the heel out, and then you're going to kind of push this panel in as far as it'll go, and then bring up the tiger leg with the foot just like that. Do the same thing on the other side. So you can put your thumb here, pull it down, and then bring this around, and then push this panel in, bring the foot all the way out, push the panel in, and then bring this up, and it'll snap into place. On Tigatron it snaps into place. On Cheetor it doesn't snap like that. and then you're going to bring out the heel spur over here. Another thing, I wish they would have like painted the bottom of the foot this same color here, just to kind of like carry over, especially since you shouldn't typically see that detail in beast mode anyway. I feel like that's kind of like a missed opportunity. Anyway, there's his legs transformed. He just seemed to stand a little bit weird. Alright, now if you're familiar with the Cheetor figure, what you can do is you can bring the tiger the front legs down, and you can bring these panels out, and then that will reveal where the arms are, and you can see they're actually bent at the elbow and folded back over, so the hands are up by the shoulder. Where on Cheetor, the hands just kind of stick out down here. It's kind of awkward. And then there's panels on the sides of the hands that fill out the flanks. On this, you don't have that issue because they both tuck in neatly underneath all these panels. So anyway, you're then going to just pull the arms out. You don't want to pull them all the way out to here, because then you won't be able to get the arm out. But pull it about 3/4 of the way, and then just straighten out the arm, rotate the shoulder, and then you're going to lift the arm all the way out like so. Do the same thing on this side, just kind of pull it out about 3/4 of the way, fold it all the way out, rotate, and then bring it up like so. And there's the arms transformed. We're going to want to kind of pull these panels forward a little bit, and they're attached on the same pin up here, so you kind of want to hold the arm in place when you pull this panel out like so. And don't put them all the way back in, because we're going to bring the head down. So we're going to bring the head down. Oh, I forgot to mention, he does have, the mouth does open and close. Another missed opportunity is they didn't paint inside there. Like, you can get some look on this, because you can see I got the best eyes, the copy that I found at the store with the best eyes, and you can see they're cross-eyed still. I've seen that as a huge problem, because all of the other ones at that same Walmart I went to had worse eyes than this one. This had the best eyes, and they're still cross-eyed. So anyway, you're gonna bring the head down, and then you're gonna bring the face down, and then you'll be able to pull the head of the robot out, and just kind of bring the head back up and snap it back into place, and then just snap this all the way back, and you can bring the robot head down, and it will actually tab in the back. The panel it's sitting on will actually tab into the back. You'll feel it. You can't really see it, but you'll feel it. And then you'll bring these flank panels back in, and I feel like they should, I wish they would have filled this in somehow. I don't know how they could have like pulled part of this panel around or something. But anyway, there he is in his robot mode, and you can kind of sort the tiger legs back here however you want. But there's Tigatron in his robot mode, and he looks good. He looks really good. He can hold his weapons. So here's his gut gun. Here's the tail whip. And there he is. Very, very nice. Rotate around. And you can just see he cleans up fairly well. Basically, the backpack is exactly what the backpack should be, just based on, you know, the original Beast Wars model, the original toy, stuff like that. It looks really nice, though. Just seem a little bit wobbly, like his feet don't want to sit flat, they don't want to sit flush. So it just seems a little bit wobbly. So anyway, articulation in this mode Oh man, I love this teal color. I wish they would have painted this though. If they would have painted this, I think it would have been better, because they just have this like flat teal here. But I love this teal color. Anyway, the head rotates 360. It's on a ball joint, but you can't really tell because it doesn't have a whole lot of up and down range, no side to side range. It literally is just a swivel at that point. The shoulders can move forward and back on these hinges, but when you move it back out, it will pull, it pulls that away. So you kind of want to hold the flank in if you're going to move out the shoulder. But it can move back and forth here. Arm can come all the way up. It could, in theory, go further if it could clear this tab here. On this side, it should be able to, yeah, it goes all the way up. And then you can go forward, get all the way up forward. So that's nice. Rotation here at the bicep where this connects, perfect place for it. And he has a double hinged elbow and a swivel at the wrist. So very nice. And the double hinge elbow can get you all the way up. That's how it sits in beast mode. You can get up above, like where the knuckles just above the elbow or the shoulder. So that's nice. He has a waist rotation, just a swivel. And it goes 360. Universals at the hips, so he can go forward that far. Can't go back because of this butt plate. Oh, huh! You discover something new every day. It can go back. I didn't realize that butt plate was on a hinge. So yeah, it can go back. The butt plate moves out of the way. And then out for the full splits. The rotation is just under the hip, and this panel here moves. It's not split across the panel, which is fantastic. I love that. So you can get, and it can go a full 360 because it clears all the way around. Knee, get 90 degrees in robot mode. That's about all you're going to get. And then the ankle can go up, back, and inward rocker to a crazy degree. So everything you'll ever need right here for those legs. I do wish these flank panels would stay in though. I'm glad that actually comes up because did not enjoy the fact that the legs couldn't come back any further. So anyway, that is his articulation, and going into comparisons, here he is with Optimus Primal. Here he is with Voyager Rhinox. Here he is with Voyager Dinobot, a little bit taller. Here he is with Air Razor. And it'd be nice to, if we get in like the Legacy line, if we were to get a Tiger Hawk, that'd be really nice. Very tragic Tigatron and Air Razor, but it'd be really nice to get a Tiger Hawk. Cheetor. I'll take a bit of a closer look with Cheetor and Tigatron separately. And here is Rat Trap. So they're all here. The gang's all here. All of the all 7 of the original Maximals are here. I do hope that we get a Silver Bolt. That'd be great if we get a Silver Bolt and a Tiger Hawk. Those are the two characters I'd like to see come out of the Legacy line. But as I said, here we're going to take a look at Cheetor and Tigatron by themselves, so you can just see how much has changed between these two figures, and there's quite a bit of difference. The molds altogether completely, they're completely new. But yeah, you can definitely tell that the tiger is going to be a lot bigger than like the cheetah. I like that this head tucks in, and this like pulls forward to tuck in. As you can see, I painted this figure, and a lot of the paint's scratched off on the front and on the back here of his head, just due to the way that the transformation works. I think that happened like the first time I transformed it after painting. I didn't use the best paints, of course, but yeah, this guy definitely laid a really good foundation for this figure, and this figure just kind of really is a major upgrade of this one. I do kind of wish that this panel would come up like this side. I don't know, it feels like this panel should be able to do the same thing, but it doesn't. You can see from the back, it's just great that they added a heel spur here as well, because Cheetor, there you go, when I turned him he tries to fall back, and his ankles were kind of loose as well, so he doesn't stand the most secure. But yeah, there are the two of them. You see on Cheetor, they got around this panel here on the front by putting the swivel below the thigh. I do prefer like how this looks, because I think that just looks really cool, how that panel moves around with the rest of the leg. But yeah, so this is completely custom painted, so like the eyes on this are completely different than what they originally were. You can see the pupils I drew on there, and they're pretty much straight. As for Tigatron, no dice on that. This guy's like this way, and this guy's like looking this way. So, Anyway, that has been my review of Tigatron. He is really good. I definitely recommend him. If you see him at Walmart, this is a great pickup. Fantastic figure. He looks the part, and he feels good. He feels better than, quality-wise, he feels better than Rhinox. I'd say he feels about the same as Dinobot. Dinobot was a really solid release in this series. He feels pretty much on par with where Dinobot was. A very solid release here. So, like having to rank, this guy is definitely the least solid. Optimus Primal is the most solid of this series. And somewhere in the middle is Airazor. I'd say she's probably just below these guys in the quality, the feel of the quality. And I'm not even going to count him. He's only $10, and he's not fantastic, but he's great. He's pretty good. And then Cheetor's alright, I guess. So yeah, Tigatron, fantastic quality, fantastic figure. Absolutely recommend. I don't think he has a Maximal logo anywhere on him. Just noticed. I don't see any Maximal logos. He should have one up here, I think, but he doesn't have one at all, it looks like. So that's a bit weird. But anyway, this has been my review of the Transformers Kingdom Voyager class Tigatron. Until next time, till all are one.